Hey everybody, this is Matt Criscuolo coming to you up close and personal. Hey, ho, what's going on? This is DIMASH. I'm going to be doing a reaction to DIMASH. This is Ikanaide or Ikanaide. I don't know how you would say it. It could be Japanese, it could be Russian. I have no idea. But maybe you guys can tell us in the description, in the comments below. That would be nice. And by the way, check out the description below. You can buy me a cup of coffee if you like. I drink decaf Americano. I know it sounds funny, but that's what I drink. Anyway, let's get right to this, shall we? It sounds familiar. I love it already. Yeah, love it, love it. I gotta hear that again. Shit. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Nice little 9 chord at the end there. Minor 9. Beautiful, beautiful. So I have some thoughts that came to my mind and I wrote them down. Okay. When he was singing in the beginning, especially, and at various parts of the song, but particularly at the beginning, when he was singing with that airy, that really airy, where there wasn't even tone, it was just air. It's something, as a saxophonist, it's something that we tend to do sometimes for an effect. It's very vocal, obviously, very human, very visceral, raw, real. And, saxophonists can do it just by, blowing through the instrument like this without really actually producing tone. And then the tone catches at a certain point when you want it to. And with somebody like DIMASH, he's got that incredible mastery of his voice that, he has incredible control of his voice. I loved the song. Compositionally, I really enjoyed the song. It had a lot of descending, chords, a lot of minor chords descending. For somebody like me, or if you're like that, if you like that kind of like tear-jerking, kind of emotional, nostalgic, romantic kind of sounds, and when the chords go down, they descend. The way they're composed, they descend. It brings you, it holds your hand, and it kind of brings you, like on this little down the stairs into your heart, deeper into your heart. That's the way I, because I write music too, and when I tend, when we write, I speak for, as the way I compose anyway. When I tend to write those descending chords, that's what I'm trying to do, is to try to bring you deeper into a place of pathos, you know what I mean, of feeling, but in a heartfelt kind of way, a romantic kind of way. I also noticed that he gets into that character like an actor does, like when an actor has to do a role, like certain like method actors, like Daniel Day-Lewis or Dustin Hoffman. I'm naming some older people, but there's a lot of method actors out there that they'll do a certain amount of research and homework into, they'll create a whole character, they'll create a whole story, a whole life for a character that they're going to play. In a sense, that's what great singers do sometimes too, is that they get into this character, they tap into this the actor that they have inside them to transport themselves to that place of emotion where the song maybe lives, and they're able to express the character and reveal the character of that song. In this case, the song was probably a romantic love song, or something that had to do with a lot of feeling and emotion. And so you could see in his face the way he got into the character. I thought that was beautiful. I like the way he uses vibrato. He doesn't shake all the sound. He doesn't shake all the tones all the time. A lot of the time he'll just sing a clean, straight, without vibrato. And when you do that, you're not, it's very clean, and that tone folds cleanly in with the rest of the harmony and the sound around it. Vibrato is a great effect, and I enjoy it. I use it a lot myself, and so does he. But in a certain effectual kind of way, he uses it, and I like that, because he doesn't always put vibrato on every note. I like the way the song was arranged and composed. I like the instrumentation. There was some strings in there. I heard some cello. I even heard a little electric guitar or an acoustic guitar that was like something like that. But I like the chords, because they were, for the most part, traditional standard fare. But every once in a while, there was a passing chord, and I made faces with those when those chords came, because what I like about that is that it creates some mystery, some surprise, unpredictability, and it kind of grabs you for a moment and conveys a certain kind of an emotion, either whether it's hope or suspense. In this case, sometimes there were certain passing chords in there that came by that were not conventional, in the sense that whoever threw those chords in there, they did it intentionally to grab you for a moment and almost change gears. You know what I mean? Put it into a different gear and to say, okay, here we go. We're moving in a different direction. I also like the way he sings, and he makes everything feel so easy, because he's got such effortless mastery. DIMASH can actually, everything he does it looks so easy. It's like effortless. It's so smooth, but it's not that easy. To get to that level, first of all, you have to have a huge talent, but you also have to have a lot of discipline and work really hard and work on the right stuff, because if you practice the wrong stuff, you don't sound so good. So practicing hard as a musician, or anything that you do, as long as you have the right technique and you do it properly, it's like when you go to the gym. If you're not lifting properly with the right technique, you can hurt yourself. So, but if you're doing the right technique, you actually can help yourself. The song had a lot of hope, a lot of feeling, a lot of emotion that I really liked. What else was I going to say? The way I wouldn't be surprised if he did this whole recording in one or possibly two takes. You never know if they kind of splice and edit and take parts of one take and mix it together with the second take, and then they use that track and they edit it that way. You never know. But with him, I get the feeling that he nails this stuff pretty much right out the gate. They maybe take a couple of takes of the song, and maybe they roll the dice and say, okay, we'll take take number one, because that's where we had captured lightning in a bottle, or number two was just more, we fell into into a groove or whatever. I like his use of dynamics. He's a master of belting and having this strength and power, but then he just drops it right down to this whisper and this hush where you lean in and you almost want to just lean in to hear what he has to sing. And I think that's just just huge mastery there. And then forget about it, he's got a massive range. I mean, guy can go sing in the whistle voice, he can go down to a baritone. In fact, I really liked at the end when he was singing real low, and you could actually hear the cello come in at that point in the same range. So there was this little kind of counterpoint that was happening that I thought was clever and cute, and I liked it. I would imagine that he probably put a little buoy in his mind, like a target. I mean, he could have done it accidentally, but it's possible that he obviously heard the song, went through it, had like a roadmap, and said to himself, okay, at the end when the cello comes in, I'm also going to do something in that range to kind of put a little bow on it, so to speak. That's the artistry that comes in and the choices that we make, right? Anyway, if you've tuned in this long and you're watching this long, I really appreciate that. I hope that I said some stuff that was meaningful and interesting to you. If I did, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that bell icon so that you can be made aware of other things that I do. And look, and if you check in my I have some merchandise too. Check my description, and you can see I have some fun shirts and hoodies and all that good stuff. If you want to buy something, that would be nice too. Hey, listen, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. And you take it easy, and if it's real easy, take it twice.